Hello everybody and welcome to Connor's First Stop. So the Saints just lost to the Cowboys 10-13. Yeah, the winning streak is over. We had a good run. We won 10 games in a row and we lost to the goddamn Cowboys. I forgot how much I really do hate basically everything Dallas, especially the Cowboys really. I mean, I don't want to be rude, but okay, before I get rude, congratulations to the Cowboys. This is probably the best defense I saw in the NFL this year. Maybe not stat wise, but at least in terms of talent wise. What I mean by that is that their defense, or especially their linebackers, Sag, Fanerwish, and I forgot the name of the dude, Smith, the dude from Notre Dame who got tore his ACL, I believe. They're really great linebackers, a really great defense. They got interior pass rush on the Saints offensive line, who I believe is the best offensive line. Max Ugner didn't play well today, even though or potentially he's going to make a Pro Bowl. If I remember correctly, he's leading the NFC for Pro Bowl votes, if that means anything. It doesn't for this game. But, man, I forgot how much I hate Dallas. And a lot of Saints, on the Reddit and whatnot, they're talking about who are the Saints' biggest rivals outside the NFC South. Personally, I believe the Vikings, ever since 2009, 2010. And you can make the case for the Seahawks, but honestly, I don't know. I still hate the Bears more than the Cowboys, but I don't know. That's mostly due to the fact that it's Chicago. But good lord, I cannot stand the Cowboys. They're basically the Montreal Canadiens of the NFL. They haven't won anything, in 23 years, and they keep on bragging. But, I don't know. So enough about me hating on the Cowboys. They should make the playoffs, even though they're in the worst division in the NFL. But here we go. And let's look at the stats. So, Drew Brees, 18 for 28, 127 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. And let's start off with the interception. Yeah, that was a pretty bad interception. No, I don't remember Drew Brees making bad passes like that in the past 2 years. I would have to think back to 2015, 2014, where and honestly, he wasn't very clutch back then. But recently, he's been very good. And speaking of the offense, the offense just played awful. Granted, we were playing against a very good defense, in my opinion, as shown. I believe the best defense in the NFL. If you limit Drew Brees to only 127 passing yards, that's pretty good. And if you would have thought that he only had 127 passing yards, he only had 120 against the Vikings, but Alvin Kamara got going, I believe, in that game. But Alvin Kamara only had 11 carries for 36 yards. And then Mark Ingram only had 7 carries for 27 yards. And then looking at the receiving game, it's basically nothing. Michael Thomas, our leading receiver, had 5 receptions for 40 yards. Alvin Kamara, 8 receptions for 36 yards. Keith Kirkwood, 1 reception for the only touchdown that the Saints scored for 30 yards. Do I blame this on Drew Brees? Not necessarily, no. You can't really blame it on Drew Brees considering how many drop passes there were. I counted at least 6, especially in the first half, where the receivers played awful, to be honest with you. I mean, Traquan Smith dropped a touchdown. Michael Thomas, yeah, a lot of them were contested catches, but usually Michael Thomas catches those. This is by far and away the worst game that the Saints played so far. I mean, and this was again a important game to keep up with the Rams. Now we're second seed in the NFC conference. I mean, hell, there's a potential that we can even be third seed if the Bears keep on playing how they're playing. I mean, we're gonna win the division, most likely. Unless if you have a complete and utter just awful crap. I mean, if you just play awful, if we don't win any more games, we're most likely not going to division. Honestly, we still could, but this was just an awful game by the Saints. I guess the only good thing that you could say was the defense. Defense played pretty well. Uh, Grant, the Cowboys' offense isn't fantastic. They're in the middle of the road pack, but I believe that we got 7 sacks. Cameron Jordan possibly made the play of the game if we would have won. He got that strip sack. He had 2 sacks in the game. Uh, yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, David Onimata, the dude from Canada, the 6th round draft pick, he had 3 sacks, so that's surprising to see. I believe that he was drafted in the 6th round, so that's pretty good. I don't know if he had any sacks before this game. He might have had one. So we got interior pressure, which is good. AJ Klein, he got a sack, which is nice to see. And then Taylor Stallworth. And to be honest with you, I don't know who that is. I didn't see that sack, but good for him, I guess. Will Lutz, he was 1 for 1, leading the NFL in made field goals. But this is an extremely depressing loss, really. I mean, I I would have been okay if we lost in a blowout. In fact, I root for Dak Prescott because he's from Louisiana. I would have preferred us to lose in a shootout, to be honest with you. I mean, at least we would. I don't know. At least our defense proved something that the Saints are a complete team. They didn't show it this game. Obviously, the offense played awful. Drop passes. Drew Brees not playing his best game. Uh, Interior pass rush getting there a lot. Drew Brees getting hit a lot. Uh, Running game almost non-existent. Looking at the Cowboys stats, Dak Prescott was 24 for 28, 248 passing yards and a touchdown. I mean, fairly decent. I mean, that's a pretty great stat line. Yeah, he didn't reach 300, which is basically the norm if you're playing against the Saints. Besides maybe like 2 weeks in a row against, I believe, the Bengals and the Eagles, but I don't know. Usually the Saints let up at least 300 passing yards. Ezekiel Elliott on the run, he didn't have a great game. He had 23 rushes for 76 yards, but receiving, that's a different case. Okay, what? Okay, 1 second. So receiving, I believe this is his best receiving game of the season. He has 6 receptions for 60 yards and a touchdown. The only Cowboys touchdown. Uh, Michael Gallup, I don't really know who that is. He was the leading receiver in terms of yardage. Amari Cooper was right behind him though. He had 5 receptions for 76 yards. Amari Cooper has 8 receptions for 75 yards. And also, Eli Apple had a pretty bad first half. He played a lot better in the second half, but I don't know. He had a few big passes to Michael Gallup, I believe. I mean, I'm not blaming this loss on anybody or in terms of individual, but Sean Payne, I don't like how this was coached, to be honest with you. We didn't use Hill nearly as much as I would have liked. I think I only saw him as quarterback twice, maybe 3 times. And then if you and in the last like 2 minutes, he took a timeout before the 2 minute timeout, which was I don't know. I don't know if that would save the game, but at least the Cowboys want to kneel it out. The two challenges, I agreed on the first challenge. To be honest with you, it looked like a catch to me at first glance, but I eventually saw why it was overturned. And then I guess you can say maybe the second challenge. Personally, I thought the rule was if you get it right, if you challenge correctly, it's not taken away. I guess I was wrong. I don't know, but I guess mostly due to the fact I'm just annoyed that we went for a fourth down. That's really annoying. I didn't like it at the time. I especially didn't like it the fact that we ran it. I mean, Drew Brees was, at the time was playing at MVP caliber game. Season. Granted, he should still be in the MVP caliber talk. At least number three, probably number two now against Kansas City. I mean, this was extremely disappointing loss. Depressing loss to be honest with you. If you can't tell, at least we're 2-10. I don't want to be spoiled. I'm sounding like a Pats fan here, complaining about the second loss of the season, 12 games, and at least we should hopefully get a first round bye. We can also we kind of have to win out, to be honest with you, if you want to keep pace with the Rams. I can definitely see us beating Tampa Bay, but again, that's the only team that we lost to besides the Cowboys. And then we played the Panthers. I'm pretty sure at the Panthers, so that's a very losable game, even though the Panthers have not been playing well whatsoever, losing 3 games in a row. Then we go hosting the Steelers. Steelers have been underperforming the past 2 weeks, but still a very good offense, very good team altogether. Very consistent, to be honest with you. I remember the last time the Steelers were considered bad. They were N&A, and that was like 3 years ago, my sophomore year in high school. So that's 5 years ago. So I don't know. That's a very losable game too. And then we host the Panthers again, very losable. But to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if we went out. Hopefully we do. Hopefully we at least get the second round. I mean the second overall seeding. But I don't know. This was a depressing game. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to share this video. Thank you.